are here. Welcome back to Skyrim VR. This time with jump controllers. Yay! Then yeah, you can stand up now. Fine. Alright, we need to return the Giant Crown to our beloved Overlord, or however his title is. I think we'll just continue the main Civil War story so far, I think, right? Or at least until we have to go to certain cities. I think I have to think about, because there's always like a few battles and then a fort near a certain city gets taken. I think before we do the battles for the city forts and stuff like that, I think we should maybe go to that city and maybe do some activities there. So before, let's say before we plunge Whiterun into war, do the Companions quest. Before we go to Riften, do the Thieves Guild and stuff like that. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll just blaze through with the crown, but we'll see.
Damn him. That old bear was right. Did you run into any trouble?
We lost a few good men. No. Imperials are ahead of us. That's the most important information.
Damn it. What were they doing there? Imperial spies are everywhere. Never forget that. I trust you gave me compassion. Now then, I'm glad you're here. I have a message I need delivered to the Jarl of Whiterun. Deliver this axe to Balgroth the Greater.
Yeah, an axe.
Yes, an axe. How long have you been in Skyrim? Give the man my axe. If he keeps it, I will bide my time. If he returns it to you, it means war.
Understood. Alright, I think Whiterun is one of the first things to fall, isn't it?
Whiterun is known for his temper.
Right. Okay, so I think the last time I played this scenario, I was on the Imperial side, so after that there followed a siege in where you just beat them back. I think here it's the other way around, obviously, but we'll see if we actually do that, or if we do some errands first, you know, before we go into major battle mode. I mean, there's so much to explore. You know what? I think, because I have to be honest, I'm kind of getting a bit, I don't want to say bored, that's not the right expression, but I know the game already in and out, so it is a little bit predictable right now. So I might actually install some new mods, you know, just to find out some interesting stuff for VR, so, you know, interesting things to do. Maybe some new dungeons or just generally new weapon mods would be awesome. I think one of the coolest mods would be like getting the immersive armor and immersive weaponry mods to work. They shouldn't really be troubles with that because they don't really interact with VR as far as I know, but still. It's always a bit of a hassle. At least last time I checked, it's a bit of a hassle to actually get mods to work for the VR version.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Here, have an axe.
Did he now? The man is persistent, I'll give him that. I suppose it's time I give him an answer. Tremendous. What do you make of all this? If Ulfric were to attack Whiterun?
As in all things, but caution. I urge us to wait and see.
Pray wait.
I'm of a mind with Irenath. It's time to act.
You plan to march on Windhelm?
I'm not a fool, Proventus. I mean, it's time to challenge Ulfric to face me as a man, or march his storm cloaks up to the gates.
He'll do no such thing. A dagger in the back is all you could expect.
He was rather straightforward with Torrig.
Torrig? He simply walked up to the boy and murdered him.
That boy was High King of Skyrim.
I'm not the High King, but neither am I a boy. If Ulfric wants to challenge my rule in the old way, let him.
Sure.
Oh, I suspect he'll prefer to send his storm cloaks to do it for him.
True. He's already proven his personal strength. Now he seeks to prove his armies.
then might I urge you to consider General Tullius's request. I mean, if you are bent on offending Jarl Ulfric.
Ulfric is the one who has offended. But Proventus has a point. Ulfric
Go on, get going. I know I can sprint into you and you, but the Jarl I can't because he's sitting in a chair.
then to accept the white.
You know?
That was different. Was I given a chance to object to the terms of the treaty? No. The Jarls weren't asked. We were told. We had to like it.
The chests of gold didn't hurt.
Damn it. This isn't about gold.
It's time to decide.
Lord, wait. Let us see if Ulfric is serious.
Deadly serious.
Serious. But so am I.
Finally.
So about this axe.
Yes.
You can return this axe to our friend. The esteemed Jarl of Windhelm has my answer. Make sure he gets it.
Alright.
Bring me my pen. And
I'm off then. War is afoot. Have fun with the siege. Hope nothing burns down that is important. Like the church where you treat the wounded or stuff like that. Yeah, well. You know, I was always wondering, a city like that, how defendable would this city even be? I mean, yes, it has walls, sure, but you know, like almost no towers, you know, you can man. You cannot really stand on these walls and fire, just at a very few select points, like this one. And even here, it's rather, you know, you have to be kind of huge to even fire over this thing. And it's not really well guarded. I was just sometimes wondering how easy could you siege this town? I mean, there's a river running through it. You could poison that, I suppose. But if they're smart, they have like a lot of, how do you say, provisions. You know, a lot of water stored away for the siege. Oh, hey, Lydia, nice of you to join. But yeah, I really wonder how well this city would stand in the sea. I mean, a city like Windhelm and Solitude, that's different, I think. Although with Solitude, I think you could knock down that pesky pillar down below, you know, with the natural pillar bridge thingy. If you knock that thing out, the whole city, or at least a big part of the city, would crumble to dust, basically. So, yeah, not quite sure about the stability there. Do we want to go to Hyrule Car? Not really. Want to travel to Riften? Let's see, do we have any other, like, jobs right now? Okay, we have the message to Whiterun, obviously. Test job checks, oh yeah, that's clear. Steal arrows and take them to, yeah, but this is the weird world. Investigate the cryptic message. We might want to try that. Shalidor's Insights, that's kind of interesting. Dawnguard, there's a whole quest line there. Talk to the Strange Jester, no thanks. I would rather not do that. Oh, you know what? Return the book to Urak Grushub is interesting. We always can get a few of those. Kill the bandit leader in the Swindler's Den, sure. I just want to do some things right now. Let's go to Swindler's Den and murder some people. I'm just in the mood of to murder, and not like Civil War murder. More like good-fashioned bandit murder, you know? It's not the same. What would you call that murder? Is that just killing? You know, if you kill somebody that is a bandit, that's not a murder, is it? Because he's an outlaw, he's outside of the law, so you're allowed to kill him. Right? Just like that. Easy peasy. You know, Skyrim can make you feel philosophical. Sometimes. I mean, the whole Civil War debate, you kind of have a discussion about that thing. Who is in the right and who is in the wrong? You know, who is more ethical? Well, I think it's... Is it so clear who's more ethical? Let's not open up that kind of worms, shall we? But yeah. An outlaw! He's a bandit and an outlaw! You're like double trouble! Yoink! Also want to get some good loot. You know what I have to say? When it comes right now to Skyrim and Fallout in particular, I actually started playing Fallout 4 again, the normal version, the non-VR version, with a specific mod. I think it's called Horizon. It's like a hardcore survival, well, hardcore. I don't know how hardcore it actually is, but it's a more hardcore survival mode. And I really like it because looting and getting like items and stuff is really important in that mod. And here, basically, I could pretty much bypass all of the bodies to loot, you know, I could bypass all of the looting, and I wouldn't miss much, right? That's something, in my opinion, that oftentimes, at least in the latest few games, Skyrim or the Elder Scrolls and Fallout have kind of fallen prey to that looting is not really that interesting anymore because you get a lot of the tools that you need already from the start, you know? Like in Fallout 4, it's the power armor that you get from the beginning, even though, yes, of course I know you need the power cores and whatnot, but still, you get the one of the most amazing toys to play with from the get-go, which is, you know, kind of OP. And then here as well with the shouts. The shouts are so powerful, and do you really need that super mega Daedric sword? I mean, you will get it eventually anyway, so you're not really like searching for that specific one loot drop, you know? For example, it's a hard comparison, I know, but Path of Exile is, you are so looking forward to every single loot drop, you know? Whenever a unit drops, you're like, oh, it could be something cool. Well, at least I am, because I don't know all the units by the base class. But still, I'm always like, oh, that's cool loot, I want to get that, I want to get this. And here, it's just like, no, why do I even go to places? There won't be any good loot anyway. In this big chest, there won't be any good loot as well. And, you know, it's kind of disillusional sometimes, you know. It really doesn't make looting and dungeon crawling as fun. And that's why I often install like mods that change loot tables. And, you know, for example, a simple thing like immersive armor and immersive weapons that just do not like add super strong or super broken equipment, but they add a bigger variety. Because I know all the things that we can loot at this point. There's not going to be like a sword I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. I've never seen something like that before. The only time that happens is with mods, stuff like this, right? And it's kind of sad, you know? I guess that's the problem. If you have less randomness in your game, then why is there a bandit down there? Did we like completely miss that guy? That's weird. The more randomness you have, the more interesting looting and trying to get stuff is. But of course, it is a bit more frustrating if you do not get what you want. That's Path of Exile for you. That's one of the most random games I've ever played. Seriously, it's you can get the best loot drops you will ever find in a few hours, or you can never find them. That's how it goes, right? And then you get stuff like Skyrim is like semi-random, but still it's random based on your level. Maybe that's a big part as well, because Skyrim is a leveled game where mostly everything is accustomed to your player level, right? So even though I'm defeating a bandit chief right now and I'm looting his super mega awesome cave, I will not get the most amazing armor. Oh, and I'm overloaded as well. I will not get an ebony sword yet, because I know I'm too low level for an ebony sword to drop. You know, it's this kind of predictability that makes looting a little bit less fun.
I'm right behind
I
you.
suppose. Ah well, let me trade.
I am sworn to carry your
Well, she has an ebony shield. That's kind of funny, actually. Where did I find that? I'm not even sure right now where I picked that up, but you know what I mean with the special. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to give you. Oh, that's a different button. Yes, right. I need to lose a lot actually. All right, I have the Stormcloak gear on, or I do not have it on, but I have it in my inventory. There we go. Much better.
lead on.
But yeah, you know where I'm getting at with the level thing. Then, on the other hand, if you have an unleveled environment, if you don't know what you're doing, of course, you will run into enemies that just kill you outright. It's kind of like in Divinity. That's what I like, and at the same time I kind of dislike it about Divinity. That because it's the level, I have run into so many enemies that I had to turn tail and run. And at first that feels bad, but that's actually, it is good because there's a challenge to overcome. Here, I'm pretty sure I can run into everything that I want to and just kill it without a second thought, right? It's just how it is. But yeah, I mean, there's enough mods to like E-level Skyrim and stuff like that. Should I like look for mods like that, you know, to make the game a bit more appealing, a bit more difficult? Could be kind of fun, right? I don't know how well it goes if you like de-level an environment when you do it like halfway through, like with an existing save game. I would have to check that if we find mods that actually work with existing saves, because I don't want to start any. Oh, look, wolves! Because I have to say that Fallout 4 mod I'm playing right now, that's super dope. The Horizon mod is really, really good. And now everything you do there matters, and every creature you attack you have to think twice about, because if that ghoul bites you, then you might get a disease, and if you do, you might die on your way back to your camp if you don't have like the appropriate
I am sworn to
like
carry
how do you say that? The antidotes and stuff like that. If you don't have that with you, oh wait, that's wrong. If you don't have stuff like that with you, you know, you might die for all you know. So that's how it goes. Yeah, that's fine.
Let's get going.
Right. You know what? This has been a super rambling episode. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm just getting into like a topic like that. Oh, Sabercat, hello. Get boost, fool. As Sabercat, and the pelt is too much. I cannot carry that. All right, we need to go back to Whiterun. Why is it displaying me Whiterun as a target? Huh. One of my quests that I activate. Oh yeah, obviously I get the Bandit Lord. Duh. Also, you know, I was thinking, is there a mod that changes the experience system of Skyrim in a way that it is like Fallout? Because I have to say, I dig that system more. That's one of the things I wish they would kind of change in the next iteration of this game, but I'm not sure they can. Because it's such an integral part of the whole leveling and skill system, that I'm not sure they can actually change that. But, well, to be fair, they changed the leveling system from, well, the perk system rather, from New Vegas to Fallout 4 as well, so they should be able to do it, right? Because I really like completing quests and getting XP for it. That's a good feeling. But here you complete quests and you get gold. And what is gold good for? Well, not so much actually. You can translate gold into experience by buying ingredients, then doing alchemy with those ingredients, selling them back again for more gold. And it's kind of a cycle, but it's more of a busy cycle than an interesting one, you know? In Fallout, you get experience and you get gold for your equipment, so that's great.
As steward.
Bandit Leader is dead.
Excellent. Done us a great service.
Another gold. Thank you very much. Alright, I think I'm actually going to quit it for today. I really need to find something to spice Skyrim up right now, because that's a big problem at the moment. You know, maybe I might even say, maybe I'll pause for a while and, you know, pause this series. Because there's so many good games coming on right now. There's the new Far Cry game I might want to take a look at. And there's a few others I have an eye on. And yeah. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Sorry about the rambling. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.